All right, so we're going to dive into storage today
Ooh, fun.
and maybe change the way you think about it a little bit.
Okay, I like that.
We're going to be taking a look at the IRONCK 5-tier ladder shelf.
All right.
We've got the product description, and we've also got some customer reviews.
Love it.
And we want to see how this piece tackles clutter woes.
Yeah.
But also adds just a touch of industrial chic.
It's a good look, right?
Ready to go?
I am so ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so the thing that jumps out at me in the product description right away is how they lean into this problem of limited space.
Yeah, makes sense.
And they're really like touting this ample storage space benefit.
Yeah, well, and they're right on with that. I mean, it's such a universal struggle, isn't it?
It really is. Like, it doesn't matter if you are in a tiny studio apartment or if you have a big house, like everyone's always looking for more storage.
Exactly.
No.
You can never have too much storage space, right?
Right. So how does this shelf address that exactly?
Well, it's all about verticality. The ladder design is really smart. It maximizes that vertical space that we often just forget about.
Right.
Instead of just taking up more floor space, it reaches upwards.
Oh, that's so clever.
Yeah, it's a game changer, especially if you're dealing with a smaller living area.
Yeah, I feel like it's a design solution for modern living.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the age of, micro apartments and multifunctional spaces.
Absolutely.
This kind of design really fits in perfectly because you can get that storage you need without sacrificing valuable floor space.
Okay, so they're nailing functionality, but then they also throw in this like vintage industrial look,
Ooh, yes.
which I love.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like exposed brick,
Yeah.
some Edison bulbs, for lighting,
Yes.
and this like sleek shelf holding everything from books to like cool plants.
Totally.
Does that style ever really go out of style though?
It's a good question, actually. I think the thing with vintage industrial is that it kind of has that timeless quality about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's raw and utilitarian, but it also has a bit of warmth and personality.
Right.
So it really blends in well with a lot of different design aesthetics.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially for something that you want to, keep using for a while.
Exactly. You're not going to get tired of it,
So it's stylish.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's functional.
Yeah.
But what about sturdiness?
Okay. Good point.
Like they claim 110 pounds per tier.
Wow.
That's a lot of weight.
That is impressive.
So are we talking like actually solid construction here?
Definitely. They use high-strength MDF board for the shelves,
Okay.
and then the frame is black-coated metal.
Okay.
So yeah, they're definitely prioritizing durability with this one.
Okay, good.
Like-
Okay, especially with that kind of weight capacity.
For sure.
Like they mean business.
They mean business. Yeah, they want this thing to last.
Okay, so stylish, strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is assembly. Right. Because I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I have like flashbacks to putting together furniture and having like confusing instructions and missing parts.
Oh, the worst.
The worst, right?
Yeah. It sounds like, thankfully, IRONCK has got us covered here.
Okay.
They actually emphasize like how easy it is to assemble.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think for a lot of people, that's a huge selling point. You don't want to, spend your whole weekend getting frustrated with putting something together.
Exactly. You want it to be rewarding.
You want to be able to enjoy it.
Right.
They even mention like having clear illustrations in the instruction.
Okay, good.
And that all the hardware is included.
Which honestly should be like the bare minimum for any furniture you buy.
It really should be.
But
it's great that they're like making a point of highlighting it.
it is, yeah.
Because it just, gives you that extra reassurance.
Exactly. Okay, wait. There's more.
What?
They also have a tip-over resistance device.
Oh, interesting.
Right, so I'm curious about that.
That's a great feature to have.
Yeah.
Especially for a taller piece of furniture like this one.
Right.
You've got to think about safety.
Yeah, especially if you have, little kids running around.
Exactly. Or pets.
Or pets, yeah.
You don't want it toppling over. Being able to anchor it to the wall
Right.
just gives you that peace of mind
It makes sense.
that it's going to stay put.
Yeah, they've really thought of everything.
It seems like it.
But I'm curious about what people who actually own this shelf are saying.
Yeah, me too.
Like, do the customer reviews actually match up with all these promises?
Let's find out. It does seem like the reviews back up the promises.
Really?
Yeah. They consistently mention sturdiness
Okay.
and how easy it is to put together. And people seem to really feel like they're getting good value for their money.
Oh, that's good to hear.
One customer even mentioned how much they like the finish on it.
Okay, so it's not just like marketing hype.
No, they seem to actually be walking the walk.
All right, so we know it can hold books,
Uh-huh.
obviously.
Yeah.
But what about other things?
I think you could definitely use this for all sorts of things.
Mm.
It's surprisingly versatile.
Right.
They actually show it being used in a bunch of different ways in the photos.
Oh, really? Like how?
Yeah, like as a plant stand
Okay.
in the bathroom for organizing toiletries.
Oh, that's smart.
Even in the kitchen, like as a display for dishes.
Wow. So you can really get creative with it.
Yeah, it's almost like a blank canvas for your organization needs.
It's not just a shelf then.
Right.
It's like a solution
Exactly.
for all those like little clutter problems that pop up around the house.
Mm-hmm. Those pain points that we all have.
Right. And that goes back to what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
With like the whole problem-solving aspect of good design.
I think that's a really important point. A well-designed storage solution can actually be transformative.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay.
It's not just about like tidying up and hiding things away.
Right.
It's about making your space more functional.
More peaceful. More you.
I love that. Like taking back control of your space
Exactly.
instead of letting your stuff control you.
It's about making your space work for you.
Okay, so based on the reviews,
Uh-huh.
it sounds like people are kind of having that aha moment.
Yeah, for sure. People are talking about how this shelf has helped them transform their spaces,
Okay.
organize their kitchens,
Cool.
even find a new sense of calm in their lives.
That's amazing. So it's a simple shelf,
Yeah.
but it seems like it's really tapping into something deeper.
Right. It's about that human need for order and control.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah. I think we often underestimate how much our physical spaces affect our mental well-being.
That's so true. Okay, so before we go too deep into philosophy here,
Right.
I want to hear your final thoughts on this shelf.
Oh.
Like, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
I think the big takeaway for me is that good design solves problems. You know, it's not just about how something looks. It's
Right.
got to be functional and versatile.
Right.
And it even kind of brings that sense of peace when you have a designated place for everything.
It's like taking those little everyday frustrations we all have.
Yeah.
I know the clutter,
Yeah.
not enough space, and turning them into an opportunity to make things better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes you rethink what a storage solution can actually be.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be about just hiding stuff away in a closet.
Right.
It can be about showcasing and organizing and even expressing your personal style a little bit.
Okay, so for someone who's listening to this,
Yeah.
maybe they're on the fence about getting something like this.
Mm-hmm.
What's like the one question they should ask themselves?
I would say try to actually visualize your own space
Okay.
and think about how this specific shelf,
Uh-huh.
with its blend of form and function,
Yeah.
how would it fit into your life?
Right.
What possibilities could it unlock? And if the answer gets you excited,
Yeah.
if you start to imagine a more organized and stylish space,
Then it might be worth looking into.
it's not just about like buying a shelf then.
No.
It's about like envisioning a better version of your space.
Exactly. A space that reflects you better.
That's awesome. Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive today.
Already.
I know. It goes by so fast.
It does.
But hopefully we sparked some ideas for people
Yeah.
and maybe even inspired them to get a little organized.
I hope so. Remember that creating a stylish and organized life is an ongoing process.
Right. It's not a one-time thing.
Definitely not.
Mm.
Embrace the challenge and find solutions that really work for you.
Yeah. And have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Make your space feel like home.
That's what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And we'll see everyone next time for another fascinating exploration.
Sounds good.